Here is his analysis of the problem.
These are its three interrelated parts. First, direct military assistance, which is the biggest part right now. Second, the contributions we make to support the defense efforts of other nations. And third, our program of economic and technical assistance. This is not a program to carry the world on our shoulders. It is a program to make it possible for the world to stand on its own feet. The cost of the entire mutual security program I have recommended is less than 2.5% of our national output. And this country is raising its output by something like 5% a year. We can afford this program. No, the real threat to our security isn't the danger of bankruptcy. It is the danger of communist aggression. If communism is allowed to absorb the free nations one by one, then we would be isolated from our sources of supply and detached from our friends. Then we would have to take defense measures that might really bankrupt our economy and change our way of life so that we couldn't recognize it as American any longer. That's the very thing we're trying to keep from happening. The program I recommended to the Congress today is a necessity if we're going to block the plans of the Soviet rulers to dominate the world. Make no mistake about it. This is the way we can strike the hardest blows against Russian communism.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised, has maintained the closest surveillance of the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. Within the past week, unmistakable evidence has established the fact that a series of offensive missile sites is now in preparation on that imprisoned island.
When Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better rev than death, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay, there is a point beyond which they must not advance.
Afterconflict is setting itself up to be one of the most hardcore, realistic, tactical first-person shooters in which you take part of a Cold War era gone wrong, where World War III actually erupted, and now the world is fighting to the very last man. My name is Blue the Robot, and if you enjoy immersive tactical shooters, well, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified every time I post a video. So, what is this game really about? Well, first of all, this game has been in development for at least the past 2 years, really since 2019, and already has some of the most realistic weapon mechanics I have ever seen. From reload animations to scopes, night vision, even the wind is a factor when you want to fire off a round. I expect the gameplay to be super intense during a firefight, yet still being slow and methodical. Of course, the reason for me even talking about this game that hasn't even officially come out yet is because recently over on their Twitter page, they went out and said this, saying soon with the trademark logo on the right side and a link to their Steam store page asking people to go and wishlist it. I wonder what else they got coming up that requires people to head on over to their Steam page. Now, according to the roadmap, they do plan on having an early access release. So possibly that could be the reason why they're asking you to head on over to the Steam store page and why there seems to be a buildup of some hype. This game feels like it has the potential to be either a great tactical shooter or something that just flies under the radar. And that's why I'm even talking about it or even making a video on this game. The detail behind the uniforms, the reasoning why things are placed where they are. This dev team has done some serious research to make this game feel alive. Now, just some quick details about their latest development update. Their main one being back in June, which included weapon showcases such as showing off the North Korean Type 88-1 to the NATO-backed G3A3, to even one of the very first night vision scopes added to Afterconflict, the NSPU, and of course the inclusion of old school NVGs such as the PNV 57 Echo. And I gotta say, that looks amazing. Vehicles, large maps, intense urban combat will all be changed with this inclusion of night vision. Even the fog could play a factor, limiting your view distance and it actually being a realistic looking type of fog compared to just graying out everything usually. Vehicles will also be a big factor as well, including vehicles such as BMPs, Russian tanks such as the T-80, and even rocket artillery trucks. They even have A-10 Warthogs, the AH-1F Cobra attack heli. I mean, the list really does go on, guys. And of course, all of this information will be listed down below since it is up on their website, and their Twitter page is usually always getting updated. And I have to say to the devs, of course, great communication with everything around you guys, seriously. Of course, they've been showing multiple changes all the way up to as recently as September 18th, showcasing their improved wind system that affects the foliage and weapons. Where the slower a projectile is, the more the wind has influence on said round, especially the farther out you go. This game is shaping up to be one of the most realistic alternate history Cold War era shooters out there. And of course, it'll be coming to Steam as an early access title. Of course, stay tuned to this channel for more information regarding Afterconflict and really any immersive tactical shooters out there. My name is Blue the Robot. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.